Hey guys, it's me, Wilson, and we're back after a lengthy time off of YouTube, time off of racing. I think it's been roughly 2 months. I'm not very good at times and all that, but I think it's been 2 months roughly, so it feels a bit alien sitting here speaking in front of my screen in my rig. And in all honesty, I haven't really been driving at all in the off season. I've kind of just been relaxing. So it's a bit of a, I don't know how you say it, a shock to the system getting back into all this, but it's got to be done, hasn't it? But yeah, I'm sure you can see we're back and we're on F1 2021, the new game, and I wouldn't say I'm looking forward to it, but it's a fresh start. It's nice to see something fresh in front of me. I don't think I'll be doing the career mode, breaking point, whatever that is. Maybe, but that stuff doesn't really interest me. I don't really get excited about excited by that stuff. But today the main focus is the tracks. If you've got the game or you've seen clips, you might have noticed a few things have changed. So we're going to look a little in depth to see what has actually changed on the tracks. There has been very small things which I do miss out, just because for the plain fact it's not that exciting, but I do pick up some small things on the way through the video. But I thought it'd be quite interesting just to see what has changed and what they should have changed. You can see we click into Spain, but we don't actually load into Spain because yeah, nothing has really changed there. But one of the small things that I should point out is we go into Baku here, and there's a lot more detail on the track, on the tarmac. I'm sure if you've played the last game, I don't really need to explain what's changed. I'm kind of you just kind of notice, if you know what I mean, by just looking at at the track. So yeah, just a lot more detail on the floor, the racetrack. As you come up here, a lot more detail here. So just a few lines here and there. Baku hasn't really changed massively. Nothing major like curbs or walls or anything like that. So yeah, nothing crazy. But we now move on to Canada, which is probably close to one of the biggest changes. Like this track's changed the most, to be honest. This chicane feels a bit wider, especially on the exit in the World Champions. The curb on the right of the World Champions feels a lot more aggressive if you get onto it. Really kicks you about. But I put it in slow-mo gear so you can just look. This curb's changed. Over here it's went all white on the right, and the curbs just look a lot more realistic to what it is in real life, which is very good. A very good step forward for the game. And yeah, just generally it's just good. Into this next chicane. Is this the second chicane? You class the first one as a chicane? Yeah, I don't know. But into this corner, turn 3, 4, something like that. You can just see the curbs here. They're so much flatter. They're not as big as last game. So doing hot laps around here, I've done a few laps around here, as you can see in the top right. You can just plant it over them, and the car just stays. Whereas last game you'd hit it, and the rear end might get a bit loosey goosey. So that's changed a lot more flat curbs here. Very minor detail on the left. The curb just looks a bit more rigid on the very far left of it. So nothing too crazy there, to be honest. But coming up to this next corner, I don't think much has changed in this part of the track. Yeah, not really. Nothing really to comment on. I'm sure you guys, if you've not seen the game or not properly looked at it, watching this video, you'll see a lot more differences from yourself, to be honest. But yeah, nothing's really changed on this side. Again, just the tracks look a little bit less arcadey. I feel I'm quite used to it now, in the sense that I've been playing the game a bit. Not as much as I thought I would have, but just from the looks of it, it's a lot more realistic, not as arcadey, if that makes sense. So yeah, Canada's probably changed the most out of all tracks. Then going to Britain, and Britain's not really changed at all, apart from the fact that, again, it just looks more realistic, a bit more gritty, if that makes sense. I thought that curb was new there that I was driving over, but apparently not. I was looking at old videos and it's always been there, so I don't know why I've just noticed it. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I think the meter boards might have changed slightly. I could be wrong, but yeah, not much again at Britain has changed. Just looks a lot more realistic as we go through. But I don't show Spa, Belgium in this video, but that has changed a lot as well, in the sense it's very realistic looking again, in the sense that it doesn't look as arcadey. So a lot of the same themes as we go through these tracks. Look at Cops now. This is Cops, yeah. There's actually a bump in the middle of this track. I don't know if you can see. You need to look pretty closely, but you can see me trying to flashback to show you. But if you look closely now, you can see the car just bounce a bit. And for some reason on the balance setup, it wasn't spinning. But on preset 2, which I used to do that lap that I done at the time, you would hit that bump the wrong way and you'd spin. So I think that might just be a setup thing, but they've added a bump there. I don't know why. It's a bit stupid, to be honest. I don't know what they're thinking. But Codemasters like to do things like that. They done it with Japan. They just... yeah, I don't know. But not much has changed in Italy, apart from Ascari is now deadly. On the new game, you do not want to get near any of these curbs in the wrong way. Don't look at them funny, or you'll be in the wall, to be honest. You want to stay as far away as you can. Then we go into Japan, which has changed massively. This is definitely up there with Canada. You can just see it looks a lot more realistic looking, a little bit more rigid, as we nearly bin it outside the last corner. But yeah, there's Honda logos all over the right. I'm pretty sure that's new. I don't remember that being there in the last game. And coming into turn 1, you're going to notice these curbs, especially on the left, they've added the white and green curbs. For some reason, they've not added them at tracks like Austria, tracks like Britain, which I don't quite understand. Spain has them and they've not added them there, which I don't get. I don't know why they've just added them to Japan. Maybe they're just lazy, which doesn't surprise me. But yeah, I don't get that at all, to be honest. Don't know why they've not added new stuff. But as what it is, we come through here. They've not added them here. Some parts we're about to come up to Spoon, well, not here obviously, but when we come up to Spoon, they've actually missed to put the red and white, or the green and white curbs, whatever you'd call them, curbs. Don't know what else you'd call them. At the top of Spoon, so you're about to see, to be honest. Here, so on the right, they've not got them there. I'm pretty sure they're there in real life. I could be wrong though. They've put them on the right here, which is good. But it is good to see they've added them. If we're going to say something nice, it is very good to see that they've added them, because it's just another thing that needs to be done, to be honest. These curbs have been in tracks for ages now. In all honesty, they should have them in tracks like Austria and all that, and where they all are, but they haven't, so I don't quite understand it. But on to Austria now, or Australia. Again, it's kind of like Baku, just a lot more detail on the track. You can kind of just, yeah, again, if you've played the old F1 game, the last F1 game, maybe even the game before that, you'll kind of notice these changes. There's very small changes I'm not pointing out, but you'll kind of just look and you'll see what has changed, and you'll understand where I'm coming from. But yeah, so not too crazy differences at Australia, but as what is, they have tried to change some things. I think they've tried to freshen it up a little bit. I don't know if that's due to EA coming in, but they have changed very little things that, if you're quite a deep player in F1, for example, like that, you played a lot last game, you will notice very small differences. Like I think that 100 meter board back there wasn't there last game. So very small differences, as I said, but you notice them. Again, the tracks do look quite more gritty, as we do a donut. Now what track is this? I can't really remember. It is Abu Dhabi. Nothing's really changed here, nothing crazy. We come around the last corner. I don't know if these have always been here, but this striping on the floor, on the ground, I don't know if that's always been there, but maybe it's just because I'm in daylight right now and I've never really done Abu Dhabi in daylight. But that is there, so I don't know if that's much of a difference. I think there has been some minor changes here and there in this track, but not worth pointing out. They've added this sausage curb in the left, which is good. That's been there for ages, so it's finally good they've got a grip to it. We then go quickly on to China, and China's changed quite a bit. This last corner's removed the bollard, and they've added this yellow curb thing. I don't know if you're still going to be able to cut that. Most likely yes, knowing F1 games. I don't know if their plan was to make it so you couldn't cut it, but Codemasters' plans never really work out too well. So yeah, you can still cut it, I think, but I've not actually drove China properly. Again, a lot more yellow curbs on the right. I don't know if they have them here, no, but same kind of theme with this track, is it just looks a bit more realistic. I think that is one thing you've got to give them props. They have kind of went a bit more. Obviously the handling is still, I mean, it's just the same, to be honest. They've changed a few things with setups here and there, but in total the tracks don't look as arcadey from my point of view, at least. I don't know if anyone else would agree. It's not the most realistic, but I don't think you can get much more realistic apart from a lot of curbs they've missed, and yeah, a lot more yellow curbs here that you'll notice. But then coming up here, again, not too much crazy changes. I don't know if that yellow curb is there all the time. It might have been. Same on the right there, and that's pretty much it for China. Not much else has changed, to be honest there. And yeah, that's it. So not much has changed in the tracks. I thought I'd make the video just for people who haven't got the game yet. They can have a look, see what they're in for, get an eye in. Some people might not want to watch this and might not want to spoil it for themselves, but I'm sure if this is the first time you've properly watched a video of the new game, I'm sure I'm not the first person you've watched, but the first person to go through most tracks, not all, but most, you'll notice quite a lot of differences without me even have to point it out as we go through all the cars. A few cars have changed. You've got the Aston Martin, Alpine, Haas are obviously changed away from their American thing. They're now a Russian flag, and Williams livery has changed. So a few changes here and there. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It was just a short one. I thought I'd do it just for the people who want to see the differences. But hopefully racing videos will be back up soon. Seasons will be starting. I don't know if I'll be in PS4, but we'll have to wait and see. And so that's been me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.